Let's see if anyone even comes on. Is this a bad time? 6 o'clock. We'll just wait and see. Hi, Danielle. How's it going? I'm just going to wait to see if anyone else will come on. I don't know if this is a good time or not. I've never really done a live. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching me. Pretty good, girl. I'm just trying to make it through. I'm just trying to make it. This has been a very challenging week, which is why I just wanted to pop up here really quick and kind of hang out for a second and talk to you guys. Sorry, we're live, so you're gonna get the live and action flow. Dogs are barking. And please excuse my mess. This is my filming. You guys don't see that, Jazz, but that's my filming, and then you see the vanity and whatnot. But so there will probably be a lack of videos this week, if there are any videos at all. I did not predict me being this stressed out. This past week was just super, super intense at the salon, just trying to hustle and bustle, get all my last minute clients in. On top of that, trying to get some rest, and then just the constant emails, the constant phone calls and text messages, just, trying to keep up with all the wedding stuff. And y'all, it's just been really, really rough. So hello, Stephanie, how are you? So I honestly don't know if I will be able to get any content up this week or for the rest of December for that matter. And I apologize because I already have, let me look at my calendar. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I already had 4 videos pre-filmed for this week. However, I did not get around to editing any of them just simply because I got a lot of stuff to do right now. So I am so sorry for not being able to have any content this week or for the rest of the month, but just bear with me. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just trying to, get through the rest of the year because it has just been something. So that's what's going on. What's up with y'all? What's up? How's everybody's weekend? Is everyone ready for Christmas? Are you shopping? Are you not shopping? Better yet, how's your no-buy going? So since I got you guys here, hold on, let me grab some stuff real quick because I know I said I was on the no-buy. But what had happened was every time I say I'm on a no-buy, I always end up buying stuff. So let me show you. I have some new things. You guys will see them. Let's see. Doy strips. We got this. I know there's something else. What else is it? I'm forgetting something. Oh. All right, so I got some new products. If you're just getting here, basically, Goldsboro, what's good? Yes. Oh, Patricia, are you from Goldsboro? Patricia, do you know me? Lori, what's going on? If you guys are just getting here, I was just apologizing for not having any videos this week or probably for the rest of December because last week was just challenging with workflow and trying to do content on top of the wedding planning because this wedding planning gig has just nearly took me out. So I was just apologizing. But while I have you guys here, I got a few new products so you can kind of see like what new videos are coming up for me. So I ordered 2 Juvia's Place palettes. So I got the Warrior 2. It's all matte. I don't know what's going on, but I am just loving the simplicity and just the look of all matte eye. So I got that going on. I have that one. And then the newest Juvia's Place palette, I can't think of what it's called. If you give me a second, let me figure it out. I know I saw it on Trend Mood. What is it? Juvia's Place, their newest palette. Boom, this one right here. I ordered this. What is it called? What's the name of it? Tribe eyeshadow palette. So I ordered those 2. They should be here this Thursday. And then a video that you guys would have saw next week. I've got this Maybelline matte bar. Yes, Lori, the green one. I just placed my last Ulta and Sephora order for this year. Yes, Stephanie. Hello, Jamila. What's up, girl? How's it going? So again, if you're just getting here, it's me apologizing for not having any content for the rest of the year. Wedding planning is real and your girl's stressed. But thankfully, my skin, I don't have on any foundation. I just put on some concealer and some translucent powder, but my skin's not looking too terrible. But 2 weeks ago, my skin was on a struggle bus. All right, so I have this palette. We're gonna do well, I already filmed it. It's a full face of Maybelline. So that's going to be a bomb video. And I was a little skeptical about picking up this palette because honestly, I haven't picked up anything from this brand, not because they're canceled, but I just wasn't interested. But I did pick up this this Tarte Tarteist Pro palette. And spoiler alert, yo, this palette is bomb. I don't know what Tarte did because, what is it? Their last palette, the last palette I purchased from Tarte, it was the Tarteist, no, it wasn't the Tarte, it was the Tarte Toasted palette. That palette was trash. It was not good. I like the Tartelette in Bloom and just the original Tartelette palette, but the Tartelette Toasted was not good. I hadn't purchased anything from them in a hot minute. However, this palette I love. I did a anti-Christmas holiday look with this because I wanted to play with some color, but the majority of it is shimmer. And I know a lot of people cancel Tarte. I mean, honestly, if I could be 100%, I ain't really checking for Tarte for my complexion products anyway. I would go elsewhere. That's no shade. That's just my personal opinion and preference. That's how I feel about it. But as far as their eyeshadows, I can get with it. And then I've got some concealers because y'all know your girl's a concealer junkie. Now, this first one I've been playing around with. This is the Dior Skin Forever, the Undercover. And I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It's not bad. I haven't had any issues with it. Didn't make me look like I was 1,000 years old. It didn't get cakey or creasy or anything on me. But I don't know. I think I was expecting a little bit more, but it's not bad. It's not bad. So I have this. Oh, where is it at? Oh, shoot. Oh, right here. So I buckled. I'm going to have to shut my door because my dogs won't shut up. Caesar Rocket. Hush. So I caved and I bought another Marc Jacobs highliner because I have been into eyeliner and I know I wanted an eyeliner for my wedding day. And I needed something that was going to stay on, not budge. I don't think I'll cry. I don't know. Who knows? You never know. But I got this shade. I have the other one, the black one, but this one is in the shade Earthquake, and it's a dark, dark brown. So it's not as dramatic as the black, but it gives me a little bit of dimension. I've been digging this. They expand. Yes, they did expand. Are you talking about Tarte Lori for their shades expansion? So I got this. And then the Dior, I'm still kind of on the fence about it. And then L'Oreal. So they came out with these new foundations. L'Oreal foundations for me, I haven't really been into. Like they had the L'Oreal Pro Matte. That thing was too matte for me. If you've ever tried, let me know if you've ever tried the Pro Matte. And I want to know your thoughts on it because when I put that on my face, it just made me look, I mean, just dry. I felt like I looked fake. I didn't look real. You'll cry, trust me. You know what? The way my life's been set up right now, you're right. I probably will cry 100% because I feel like anything. I feel so fragile right now. I feel like legit anything can make me cry. But I wasn't into the L'Oreal Pro Matte, Pro Glow, too glowy. So at one point I was mixing them together and it was pretty okay. And then they had, I don't even have it. They had like a total coverage situation. That one, the shade range was so weird. It was just extremely orange. It did not look good on me. And they have, hold on, one more. Yes, got it. I tried out this stick foundation too by L'Oreal, and this one wasn't bad, but I prefer the Super Stay. I do have a video on this, so this one, but spoiler alert, because I filmed my video for this last night before I went out, this foundation right here, OMG. Okay, there's 30 shades, first of all. I picked mine up at Ulta.com. I don't think it's available in stores yet. Not yet. I got the shade 525. This is my perfect winter foundation. So I've been looking for just like, you know, a cool weather foundation because 2 weeks ago my face was just inflamed with every single type of cystic acne bump that you could possibly think of. I was a little bit scared because I'm going to use my Kat Von D foundation for my wedding day. Don't even start with the whole Kat Von D thing. Listen, I don't typically get on stuff when it comes to just all the beauty industry controversy. But here's my thing. I'll say this because it's live, and I feel like live has been filtered, and I can say whatever I want to say. I am nobody's mama. Therefore, even if I was, I do not feel like it is my place to say what someone should do with their children. And I see that a lot. A lot of people can just be very, very judgmental as far as, you know, how they raise their children. They're like, oh, well, I wouldn't do this, or you should do that. It's like, at the end of the day, you run your household the way you want to. However, I said that to say this. I don't agree with her 100%. I don't agree with her at all as far as not vaccinating her children. I mean, honestly, to me, it's a little bit weird. Now, I get it. I'm all for being aware of the things that we are putting in our body, on our faces, X, Y, and Z. However, you just don't let your kids be out here, quote unquote, excuse my language, free balling like with no nothing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. So I don't agree with her. But at the end of the day, Kat Von D didn't ask me. However, her foundation I will still wear because I will wear because I bought it and it works really, really well. I use that Kat Von D Lock-It foundation if I am like working fashion week or if I am doing a wedding. Those are two incidents when I need to be beat, but I know I'm going to be hot. Speaking of fashion week, I am working fashion week this February. So you guys, we'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm doing hair. I'm not doing makeup. I'm doing hair for fashion week. But that is when I rock the Kat Von D foundation because she stays on, she keeps me beat, and we don't have any issues. So I'll be using that. However, this right here, this looks like skin. It looks 100%. Hello, how's it going? It looks 100% like skin. And they have 30 shades in this, which I was very, very impressed because I'm really, really digging drugstore products right now. Drugstore has come a long way. I can remember being in high school when I used to cheer. That's how I feel because that's her kid. Plus, her kid will probably never come in contact with the most. Yeah, Lori. Thank you. Thank you. Her child isn't going to see no one that has canceled her. Like in 2019, can we cancel the word cancel? I am so sick of the word cancel. This is canceled. That's canceled. I'm like, y'all, please, like, just stop it. And something else, I really, really wish people, especially, this is just, I'm keeping it very, very surface, very, very surface, just with the whole beauty drama. I see it, but I keep it pushing. And I just wish people, instead of listening to what this blog is saying or that YouTuber is saying or what this Instagrammer is saying, like, if you just take a moment, yeah, Jamila, over it, take a moment and use your own brain and come up with your own decisions. That's how I am with people in general. I never believe anything that someone tells me about a person that I have never met firsthand. I like to gather my own thoughts, collect my own feelings. Now, you tell me something, I'm going to clock it, keep it in the back of my head. But what I like to do is I can watch you because someone can say something all day long. Even the person that you're getting to know, they can say they're a certain way all day long. But I like to watch your actions just simply because a lot of times people's words and their actions don't correlate. You can say something all day long, but I'm going to watch you and I'm going to see how you interact with others, how you treat others. I'm going to look at your circle. I'm going to look at what you like and who you roll with. And that is going to give me a real clear picture of who you are versus what someone else said, what this person said, what this brainless person over here said. You feel me? Again, that's just my 2 cents. Moving right along. What else do I have sitting here? Okay, I don't even think this is launched yet. Have you guys seen it? This is, so along with L'Oreal's foundation, they've got a new concealer as well. So I think the trend is just a little bit more of just like this thicker, chubbier little, what is this called? Just container for the concealers. Because I know Tarte Shape Tape, they kind of started it. And then Too Faced, their concealer is huge. But when I got this in the mail, I was not expecting it to be this large. This is their full wear concealer. And again, another spoiler alert. Y'all are going to get all the tea. This is a bomb. I was not at all expecting to, I wasn't, let me say this. I wasn't expecting anything. I was kind of like, okay, we'll test it out. We'll see how it is. I'm not going to have too much high expectations for it. She's bomb. Now, if I had to choose this over the NYX concealer, you guys saw my video on that, I would roll with this just simply because this is one of those products that is going to across the board work on all skin tones, all skin types, all ages. It's not anything that's super, super matte. So if you are someone and you have more of drier skin or a drier under eye area, this will work for you. What's my shade? Oh, my shade is Honey 415. I got mine off of Amazon. This is not even on Ulta's website. I saw Makeup Shayla. She posted with this on her Instagram last night, and apparently, well, she did her video. She does a lot of contouring and highlighting. I'm not exactly a contour kind of girl, but you could totally do that with this. So that's all I got. That's all I bought on my no buy, and that's not too terrible. I truly feel like I forgot something. Did I forget something? No, that's it. That's all I got. Did you guys purchase anything on your no buys or low buy? That's what I'm going to start saying. I'm going to start saying a low buy because every time I say, all right, Amber, you're going to go on the no buy, I set myself up for failure. So that's what we're going to do. You guys have any questions for me? I don't know. I've never done like a Q&A or anything like that. If you guys have any questions for me, anything you want to know, feel free to ask me. Can't stay up here too long because I got a long to-do list right here. So what's up? What's going on? Sorry, I'm looking at, I got to go down a little bit. Look, let me see. Did I miss anything? Tarte. Over it. Oh, Lori, listen. Let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. So I have a problem. Eyeshadows are my favorite thing of life to buy when it comes to makeup. However, like I told myself a while ago, Amber, you can only wear one lipstick at a time. Well, you can only choose one palette at a time. So let me show you something. This here, these are all my like current buys, most recent eyeshadow palettes. So this is, what is this? Morphe 3502, Juvia's Place Warrior, Kylie Royal Peach, Urban Decay Smoky, Juvia's Place Masquerade, Huda, what is that? Desert Dust, ABH Prism, ABH Soft Glam, ABH Norvina, Urban Decay On the Run, Urban Decay Cherry, Huda New Nude, and then my little Heat. So on my vanity, I keep my palettes that, you know, I'm into the most. And then I do have, like, I call them like my vault palettes, like my OGs. Then I have a couple in my little client kit. So here's what I'm going to have to do as far as eyeshadow, because I feel like we're kind of at a point. I guess I got a question for y'all. It's like, what can they come up with next as far as eyeshadow? Honestly, what? Because I feel like I am at a point to where there is truly nothing else that I can add to my collection that is different. I feel like there's nothing else I can add to my collection that is unique. I feel like my only real saving grace is, for some reason, I don't really buy a lot of makeup during the spring launches. They just never really appeal to me. I feel like a lot of the spring launches tend to be very, very juvenile. And when I say juvenile, I mean they're very, very unicorn and festival and mermaid. And it's like, no shade, but I'm 30. Like, ain't nobody rocking no unicorn, nothing. I don't want to be a mermaid. Like, I don't do any of that. But if that's your gig, that's cool, but it's not mine. So, and I also feel like a lot of the spring collections, they tend to be a little bit more, I don't know, just on the pastel side. So I don't typically buy anything. Yes, the shadows are starting to look alike. I don't typically buy anything in the spring, but with all of my palette collection, I'm kind of like, yo, what's good? There's really nothing else that you can buy that you probably don't already have. So what I have kind of started doing is every time I buy a new palette, I declutter an old palette. it was kind of hard at first, but I had to have like a come to Jesus meeting, a gut check, like, yo, girl, you haven't used this since God knows when, get rid of it. Because after a while, if you just start buying and buying over time, you'll end up with all this stuff that you're not using. It's the waste of your time. It's the waste of your money. It's the waste of your space. So to kind of like scale it back, every time I buy one palette, I have to give away, declutter another. I have not, so I have these two. So that means I have to figure out 2 palettes that I'm going to give away. And also, by me doing that, it's going to stop me from buying other eyeshadow palettes, because if I know I have to give another one away, I'm going to be like, wait a minute, let me assess it. So that's what's going on with me as far as eyeshadow. Shadows are all starting to look alike. Yes, I agree. Stephanie said, any honeymoon plans? Okay, yes. We are going on a honeymoon, but we are not going right after. We're going to go in September because we're going to Brazil. I don't know if you guys know. Murillo, he is from Brazil. His parents and siblings all live here. However, the rest of his family, they're in Brazil. So I am going to go meet them for the first time. A little bit nervous about that. I'm excited though. I'm excited to go to Brazil. We're going to go for 2 weeks. I believe our plan is the first week when we go, we're going to stay with his aunts. And then the second week, we're going to go to Rio. Murillo is from Curitiba. So it's like bottom southern Brazil. And Rio is about 8 hours. So we'll have to take a little bit of a hike there, but I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. His family does not speak English whatsoever. I speak way more Portuguese than they do English. Yes, I am learning Portuguese. I've been learning Portuguese and Spanish. So of course I had Spanish all through high school, all through college. When I started dating Murillo, Portuguese is nothing like Spanish. I know a lot of people think that it is. While there are a lot of things that are very similar, but it's just the pronunciations and a lot of things are different. And also a lot of the words are different. So Murillo's stepdad is actually from Colombia, South America. So let me just tell y'all, dinners are just like a major brain teaser for me because everyone in his family is trilingual. I would not go as far as say that I am trilingual at the moment. I think if I give myself at least 2-3 solid more years, I'll be good to go with my Portuguese. Now, my Portuguese is not fantastic, but I can get by. If you drop me off in Brazil right now, I can get to where I need to go. His mom, sometimes she texts me in Portuguese. I have to answer. Murillo talks to me in Portuguese. It's one of those things to where I've been with Murillo for almost 5 years. So if you hear something every single day for 5 years, eventually you're going to start to learn it. The hardest thing for me in regards to learning Portuguese was the fact that my ear was so used to Spanish because that's what I learned. So what he told me to do was you have to basically turn off the Spanish and train your ear to Portuguese. So I did that. Probably took me about a good year to just get used to the sound because Portuguese is a very nasally language. So it's very nose and back of the throat. So just training my ear to it. So now if I hear it, I know exactly what it is. And statistics, research, and what Murillo says is it's so much easier to go from Portuguese to Spanish. Now going from Spanish to Portuguese is tricky, and I can see why, because when I first started learning Portuguese, whenever his mom would text me or he would text me, I would read it as if I was reading Spanish, and that will totally throw you off. So yes, I am learning Portuguese. I'm actually learning 2 languages at the same time. I'm more so to the point now where I can understand and pick up things, but I've got to make sure that my Spanish is on point by the time we go to Brazil because I really want to be able to communicate with his family. They're so sweet. Like they talk to me on Facebook. We FaceTime before. They're really, really nice. Are the babies going to be a part of the wedding? Hold on, wait, let me go back up. I'm going to try so hard. Yes, Lori, the packaging can kill you sometimes when there's like makeup products. Oh, the packaging. Speaking of packaging, okay, so Becca Cosmetics. Hold on. Becca, you know, they have to be the light. I just decluttered this because I've been using it because this is how I've been looking recently. Just very, very no makeup, concealer, mascara, brows. This is the Becca Be a Light. So I saw on Trend Mood that they did a best friends collaboration with Khloe Kardashian and her best friend Malika. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Very, very cool. But then my next question was, hold up. This is what it looks like. Hopefully you guys can see this, right? That's what it looks like. I'm like, well, shoot. that's just like this. No. I mean, and I know the big question with this Be a Light palette, because Lori, she even asked me about it. It was, hey, is this palette worth it? This shows up on me a touch. If you're deeper than me, don't even fool with it. But what has me, I'm wondering now with this one, because Malika, Khloe Kardashian's best friend, she is, well, never mind. I hate it. I hate with Black women whenever whoever does the photoshopping or what, like, listen, make me look the skin tone that I am. That is so deceiving. But she is a darker skinned girl. So when I saw this, I was kind of like, oh, so this has to work on deep skin. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be straight up pissed, because that's false advertising and that's not cool. Like, don't use a dark woman, a Black woman, African American woman of color to promote a product, and then I get it and I can't even use it. But anywho, yeah, let me go back here. That's cool. Are the babies going to be a part of the wedding? I wish the babies could. However, the way the baby's energy is set up, no, ma'am. They cannot be a part of it. Caesar and Rocket, I have two dogs, Caesar and Rocket. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen them, but they just get so excited with people and it would stress me out. We're going to board them. There's a lady in well, not a lady. There's this girl that we know in Gastonia. She's a vet tech. She has land. We call it the farm. She has horses. And so she boards and also she fosters dogs. So they'll be there while all the wedding stuff is going on. Nice, great. You're open. Yes, I'm very open to learning Portuguese. Absolutely. I feel like, I mean, I'm always the kind of person, I always want to learn like the most, anything that I can soak up, I'm good. Like, I don't know it all. I'll never know it all. I've always loved Spanish when I was in school. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. And also, I need to know if y'all talking about me. So now we know. Glad you made it into live. Yes, girl. Thank you. I use a dense brush of the bronzer. Yes. Okay. So that's what I have to do for this one here. Whenever I do want to use this bronzer, I have to use a very, very dense pack, a very, very dense, thick one, and I can really, really get the color payoff. I hope so too, Lori. When I saw it, I instantly thought about you. If it's not deep enough, like, I'm going to be so pissed if it's not deep enough. I think it's awful that they do that. And I saw on, what was it? I believe it was on Twitter. It's not a new thing, but Blac Chyna, what did she do? She teamed up with some brand in Nigeria, and is basically some kind of skin bleaching brand. Like, yo, come on, like, people are still doing that. It's like, why? Like, why? And so and you see it all the time in like Instagram, like, yes, the bleaching cream is like, what? And it just really, really, it breaks my heart that there are still Black women out here to this day that feel like their skin, just because it's dark, it's not good enough. I'm like, y'all, you are Black, you are beautiful, you are lovely, you are righteous. Like, no, stop doing that. And the effects of it. Right. I love my browns too. And then the thing is, like, the people that bleach, it doesn't even look like a natural skin tone. It looks like something is off. You look like you have, like, it just does not look natural. So I hate that. And even I don't ever use, right. I love my shade too. I'm not a Photoshop user. That's not my gig. I like for things to be very, very natural and organic. Now, do I enhance things? Yes. And that's enhancing when it comes to lighting, because if something just looks dark and you can't see it, yes, I have to amp up the light, but I don't ever, ever, ever do anything that's going to alter my skin tone, because I don't like that. That's false advertising. And I know that there are clearly some women that are going on in this world right now thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm not beautiful because I'm dark. And it's like, no, yes, you are. It's like, I know on the spectrum, someone wouldn't consider me dark skinned, but I'm a Black woman. To the white people, I'm dark. Okay. So I just, I don't ever want to put myself out there as false advertising. You won't ever catch me out there making my skin look lighter. Like, that's just, nah, that's not me. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Pills while pregnant so their babies will be light? No. Lori, where did you hear that out? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Bleaching creams are so popular in other parts of the world. Yeah, I see. That's insane. Why on earth would you take a pill to y'all listen? That is some deep, legit, deep rooted mental stuff. Speaking of children, this is something I've never touched on up here. But again, like I said, we're live, we're unfiltered, let's chat. So as far as children, like my uterus ain't hurting. Like I'm good. I absolutely love children. I think they are amazing little creatures. I just, yeah, that whole I'm pretty to be dark. No, I don't get down with that. I have a chocolate baby and he love right. Absolutely. You need to teach him to love it 100%. Um, my uterus ain't hurting for babies. It is just not. So I'm kind of like, if I have them, cool. If not, okay. But something that I have been dealing with and something I have to prep myself with, I really do not like. People have said this comment to me a lot and it really, really bothers me. I don't know if I've ever expressed it, but a lot of people, as soon as they see me and then they see Murillo, because obviously he's not the same race as I am, the first thing they say is, oh, your babies are going to be so beautiful. And I'm like, had he been a black man, y'all would never say that. I've been with nothing but black men prior to Murillo, and no one has ever said to me, oh my goodness, your children are going to be so beautiful. So when people say that, and maybe I might have a complex, maybe this is why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I have children. I'm going to do a little bit more soul searching tonight. Think about it a little bit. But people say, oh, your children are going to be so beautiful. And so then I ask them, so are my children, do you think our children would be beautiful because they're going to be mixed? Because if he was a black man, you wouldn't think anything of it. You know what I mean? I don't ever, if we do have children, it will never be a hashtag mixed thing. It'll never be, oh, light skin, like none of that. It'll never be, oh, good hair. Like I don't like any of that. Honestly, if I could be 100% real with y'all, that shit pisses me off. I can't stand it. If we have children, it's not going to be a, oh, you're a mix. It's like, no, you are Murillo and Amber's child. This is my mom. This is my dad. It's not going to be a mixed baby thing. It's not going to be a good hair thing. It's not going to be none of that. And also something else that I see, just listen, especially coming from a hairstylist point, just because you mix don't mean you got quote unquote good hair. Good hair has nothing to do with the texture of your hair. Good hair has to do with healthy hair. I've seen some women with the bone straight hair and it is crappy hair. I've seen some women with just righteous big froze and it is healthy hair. Like I don't like any of that stuff. It really, really, it nauseates me to just a whole nother point. And when I spoke up about it a couple of years ago, people would say, oh, well, you're taking it the wrong way. You're being sensitive. And I am not a sensitive person whatsoever. But when that one comment is said to me, basically what they're saying is the only reason why your baby is going to be beautiful is because your baby's not full black. And I got issues with that because I love my black self. I love all my black people. I love people in general. But that right there, that is something y'all are going to have to really pray on me about because I struggle with it. And every time someone says it to me, I like, whoo, I start twitching. I have chocolate. I was listening to some therapy. When I wear my natural hair, people ask me if I'm black. I get that a lot too. For some reason, once I went since I've started letting my hair grow out, a lot of people ask me, am I Dominican? And at first I was kind of like, okay, like I can see why some people in our neighborhood would maybe assume that I'm Dominican, being that Murillo is Latino. So, okay, maybe that's why. But then even I've had clients say, oh, well, oh, you're so pretty. You must be Dominican or you must be from the islands. And I'm like, what? And so they'll ask me where I'm from. And when I tell them, no, man, I'm just from good old Goldsboro, North Carolina, they're almost disappointed as if beautiful Black American women can't exist. I'm like, so in your mind, you thought just because I'm pretty, I can't be American? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. I come across some weird, weird stuff. Yeah, just because you're mixed doesn't mean you're automatically attractive either. Listen, we all ugly to somebody, okay? Get over it. We are all ugly to somebody. We have been brainwashed, Lori, 100%. Yes, absolutely. There is nothing wrong with being Black. And then also, again, something else that I have to really, really educate myself on is kind of like, okay, Marillo and I, we have a child. It's automatically, boom, double minority. Our child will be Afro Latino. I know everything what it's like to be an African American right now, 2018. I couldn't tell you what it's like to be Afro Latino. And I educate myself on that. Like I watch people like who is it? Monica Style Muse here on YouTube. She's Afro Latina. Iris, what's her name? Iris Irisel. She's Afro Latino. Amada La Negra. She's Afro Latina. Like I have to educate myself on that just simply because I need to know the correct terms. I need to know what my child's going to go through, what they're going to feel like. Yeah, it's a struggle to listen. It seems like a huge struggle to be Afro Latino as well, especially just the way things are in this world. And again, I was having a conversation at work because I am the minority at work. There's 15 of us, or 14 now. Now of the 14, there's only 2 Black women, myself and another one. But I mean, she's in a whole nother bracket because she's 60. So I'm the youngest and I'm of the Black girl of the crew. And so, it's kind of like, they're like, oh, your children are going to be so beautiful. And I say, guys, you have no idea the struggle of what our children would have to go through. They're like, oh, no, it'll be fine. It's okay. And it's like, no, no, no. Our children will be the 2 races that are constantly being pushed and broken down all the time. So please don't sit here and tell me that, oh yeah, you'll be fine. When was the last time you were a Black woman? When was the last time you were a Latina woman? These are coming from white women. And so it's kind of like, I never want to be condescending, but at the same time, I try to use it as an opportunity to teach them because they don't know anything outside of their white woman world, which is fine. However, please don't sit here and tell this Black woman that, oh yeah, your little Afro-Latino babies will be all good, because I know that won't be the case. Now, I know they'll be good in Jesus' name because we are a praying couple. However, I know that there will be hurdles that they will have to come against. Oh yeah, man, listen, this world, Lori, is crazy. Like I had to, especially listen to Marillo and his struggles. He moved to America when he was 11, 12 years old. He went to Florida, and some things that he went through, he went from Brazil to Florida, and he had a very, very hard time because when he got here, not only did he not fit in with the American kids in Florida, the Latino population is huge, but he didn't even fit in with them because he didn't speak Spanish. He spoke Portuguese. So it was just a double whammy. His experience is very, very interesting. I'm trying to see if we can do more videos together in 2019 because I feel like there's a lot of topics that we go through, a lot of things that we have to deal with being an interracial couple. Like, thing is, like, I tell him, it's like, yeah, you're a minority, but you're not Black. So there are things that you're going to understand that I say, but then there are other things that you're not going to understand. Just same for me, like I'm a minority, but I don't know what it's like to be a Brazilian man in North Carolina. I couldn't tell you. So I'm thinking of having some of those, little deeper talks. Prepare your children, teach them the good and the bad in the world. Absolutely. You have to prepare them. I would never want my children to be bubble children. Like, they need to know what's up. Also, something else, people say, oh, and you're going, oh, and your children are going to be so cute. And I'm kind of like, yeah, if I have a boy, he's cute when he's 5, but what about when he's 15? You're going to be terrified of him. Like, I have a godson, he's 7. And he's cute now, but that's stuff that I find myself thinking about. It's kind of like, y'all love Sean and call him the cutest little thing, but when Sean's a little bit bigger and he's going to be quote unquote a threat in your eyes, like it's scary. Right. When he's 15, he's a threat. So it's like, no, how you go from being cute now all of a sudden you a threat just because you brown? Like, y'all stop it. Like, it's a lot to think about, and just, oh my gosh. But like I said, we're a praying couple, we're a praying family, and that's how we're going to get through it. But those are a lot of things that I just, think about dealing with. Let me go back to read the comments. Don't go in my trash can, you little turd. Don't you go in my trash can. Let's see. Prepare. Right, when he's 15. Yes, God has you 100%. Like Murillo has two nieces. And his sister, but yeah, his sister and their dad, they're both Brazilian. A lot of people don't know this. Black Brazilians exist, and it's just simply because America's a trip as far as like what they show us. And so I didn't know this. I was ignorant, but until he showed me, basically, Brazil is a melting pot. There is a little bit of everything. And he was just like, the African roots in Brazil are so heavy. Like the Brazilian music, all of their music, the samba, if you listen to it, it all has those hard hitting drums. And that's because of all the African roots. And I think for most Americans, when we think of Brazilians, we think of Victoria's Secret model Adriana Lima. At least that's what I would think of. But he showed me, he's like, oh, no, 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 no. There is a heavy Afro-Brasileiro, a heavy Afro-Brazilian population. And I did my research and I was like, oh, shoot. And so I found a lot of Afro-Brazilian girls on Instagram and I follow them because, it's like, okay, again, I want to be able to introduce the culture. I need to know what it's like to be Black and Brazilian. Like, I'm trying to figure out all those things. So it's just a lot of interesting things that go into it. Stay in prayer because marriage is hard on its own. It can even be more complicated if you both are not tuned in to challenges of being Brazilian and Black, which you see. Yeah. Murillo and I, we have had some very, very, very uncomfortable conversations just due to us being a different race. Like I said, a lot of people assume, oh, well, he's not white and you're not white, so it's fine. But for the most part, it is fine. But we have to have some very, very they're important conversations. They're just straight up important conversations that need to be had. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Murillo's his nieces, both their parents are Brazilian, and their dad, he's Brazilian. He's a brown skinned man, and so his older niece, she's darker, okay, and then everyone else is lighter, like Murillo's complexion. And I will never ever forget it. This is right when Murillo and I first started dating. We were all at the pool, and she walked up to me. She said, "Amber, I am so happy to have someone in the family that looks like me." Y'all, I legit almost cried just simply because I couldn't imagine being in a family and no one resembles you. And I'm talking like complexion wise. She's darker, you know what I mean? So it's just like, wow, this baby just came here and hugged me and said, I'm just so happy to have somebody that resembles me. How old was Michaela? I think she might have been like 7 years old. 7 years old. It's like, Jesus, like that's a hard life. So once she told me that, I realized I was instantly in tune with, okay, she's aware that she doesn't look like them. She's aware that her color, her skin tone is darker. So I just kind of started, talking to her, pumping her up, like teaching her about her hair and her skin and just all these things, just simply because, they don't think about it, not because they're ignorant, but just simply because they're not darker. You know what I mean? So they don't have the same struggles that maybe she was already starting to have at 7. Brazil has the largest African dysmorphia population outside of Africa. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was nice. So needless to say, her and I, we are like this. We are tight. Let me tell you, she's in the 6th grade now, and homegirl is aware. She is aware of who she is. She's aware of what she looks like. And more than anything, I love the way that she has just embraced it all. It really, really, it melts my heart. She's a good girl. She's a good kid. Oh yeah, his family is amazing. They welcomed me. Yeah, my family is totally cool with it. It was never a thing. I was not raised like that. My mother is probably one of the most open-minded individuals on the face of this earth. My family, and it's crazy because when we first started dating, he's like, "Oh shoot, I know you're like from the South, from the cut, the stick. So is this okay?" And I had to reassure him, like, yeah, my family's not like that. We were not raised like that. My grandfather did not raise us like that. He did not accept it. I can remember my grandpa just asked me and my cousins were little. He's like, yo, y'all respect everybody. I don't care what age they are. I don't care what race they are, what they do. If it's a human being, you respect them, point blank, dot, period. And if I find out you're not, that's your behind. So yeah, my family was totally cool with it. It wasn't an issue. Thankfully, that is not anything we have ever had to deal with as far as like our families not liking us just simply because we're different races. However, I know when his mom, Marilla's biological father is blonde hair, blue eyes. You can't tell by looking at him, but his biological father is blonde hair, blue eyes. And apparently Marilla's biological dad, his grandmother, they're Polish. So Murillo's half Polish. His last name is Pachalok. So he's half Brazilian, half Polish. And so apparently they were super, super racist. And so his mom, she's dark. She's a darker woman. And they gave her a really, really hard time. And so I was a little bit skeptical when I came into the family with them, just simply because I was like, y'all know I'm Black, right? But it was never an issue. She knows what it feels like to be discriminated against because she went through that with Murillo's dad. So it was never an issue. Everything was all good. Was your family open? Yes. Let me see. The one thing about the natural hair movement has made being darker a little bit easier because it has been embraced more than it was when I grew up. Absolutely, Lori. I agree. I can't tell you. There's not even one person that I could think of growing up that I could. Yeah, I don't even remember seeing any darker natural girls just being in the media, period, when I was growing up. That's such a struggle for me. My son dates white women only, and I can't lie. It hurts my feelings, and I can't help it. Okay, well, listen, I'll say this. I have my friends are a melting pot, and something that I had to tell one of the girls at work, she's a white lady. I said, listen, I'm going to tell you something, and this is not me hating. This is me being straight up with you. I told her, because she was saying, oh, there's this guy she was attracted to. He's a Black man, X, Y, and Z. And I told her, when it comes to dating outside of your race, especially being a white woman and a Black man, if you are, why is the stream in? Oh, okay. I told her, never date a Black man that says, I do not date Black women. And I told her that just simply because I said that to me is a huge red flag. How do you not like your own kind? That is what I have a problem with. It's one thing if, like, I did not go searching for someone who was not Black. That's just how the cards were for me. That's how it fell. No, that wasn't my thing. But whenever I hear people that say specifically, oh, I only date Black people, I only date white women, it's kind of like, to me, that's something off, because how do you hate your own kind? And I even had to check Murillo on that. I was kind of like, so have you ever dated a Latino girl? He's like, yeah, a little bit, but the majority of the girls that Murillo has dated have been Black. But it's kind of like, how can you as a Black man say that you don't like just love anyone? But I told him, just love anyone, but to just not date your own. What does that mean? Oh, no. Basically, what I was saying was, I don't understand how someone cannot like their own kind. Like, that's like me being a Black woman and saying, oh, okay, well, I'm a Black woman, but I don't want to date a Black man. Like, that's just a little bizarre to me. It's just simply like with guys, like with Black men, I've heard plenty of Black men say, oh, I don't date Black women. But I'm like, but how? Like, your mom's a Black woman, your grandmother's a Black woman, you probably have Black cousins, Black sisters. Like, I don't understand that. That's just bizarre to me. And also, I told her, I said, if a Black man is saying that, also, I feel like if a Black man is saying that, it's kind of like you don't want to be some kind of like trophy prize possession. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just a very, very just deep and twisted mental situation with it. It's just all a little sketchy to me, and it makes me feel really, really uncomfortable. Yes, I find that so strange that you have never dated your own. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm open, date whoever you want. But when you're when you discriminate against your own race, that's what I mean. Maybe I didn't put it in the right terms. When you discriminate against your own race, to me, that's like huge, huge red flag. Especially, again, this is just dealing with my experience. I had this days where just a lot of the Black guys that were around, they would say a lot of derogatory things about Black women, about how Black women are too strong and how they had to have a white girl and X, Y, and Z. And I told my friend this too. I said, I feel like it's very, very rude and disrespectful for a Black man to say, I don't date Black women because they're too this or too that. And so in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, you don't want to date a black woman because of that. He's only 19. So just, oh, girl, absolutely. He's a baby. He don't. Yes, we will pray 100%. We will pray. He's a baby. He's got time to grow. He don't know nothing yet. I totally just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, when I've heard black men say, oh, well, black women are this, black women are that, X, Y, and Z. And it's kind of like, okay, well, if you think a black woman is too hard, are you dating a white woman because you think she's easy? And so that's offensive, I would think, to a white woman. It's like, oh, the only reason why you're dating me is because you think maybe I'm a little bit more passive and you can get over on me. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. Just, what do you guys feel about it? I wasn't expecting this to get this deep tonight. I was just here to talk about me not having content this week in makeup. Listen, all women get angry 100%. I don't care what color her skin is. At the end of the day, it ain't even about her skin. A woman is a woman is a woman. All women have hormones. All women go through things. So guess what? I don't necessarily think that a specific race is easier than the other. Just women are women. 99% of men on my dad's side only date white girls, and now the next generation of my family looks biracial. Not just black women. And see, I'm always curious to know, because again, this is just from my old busted ass observation. It's typically only black men that my observation, I hear it more so from black men that do this. And so it kind of makes me question, is like, so what happened? Did something along the way go on? Did a black girl break your heart one too many times and you just couldn't take it no more? Like what happened? Like, what was the switch for you? What did it for you in your mind to say, you know what? I'm writing off all black women, can't do it. Because if that's the case, it's like, okay, well, this guy broke my heart, and this guy cheated on me, and this guy did me real dirty. So maybe I'm just gonna say, screw men, I'm gonna become a lesbian. Like, nah, like, no. I'm just always like, what was the turning point? Like, what is it? I don't know. Sorry, I had text messages. People have been terrible with RSVPing for this wedding. Like, tomorrow is my cutoff date, so I had to kind of send messages out like, yo, you coming or not? It's like, right. That's what I was asking my son, but he can't tell me what makes him feel that way. Yeah. And, but you know what? That makes sense. He can't tell you or verbalize it just yet, just simply because he is 19. He's a baby. He doesn't know. And again, just it's really, really hard, especially the youth. Y'all pray for the youth, because my kids are biracial and my granddaughter looks straight Latina. I love her no matter what, because she's a part of me. Absolutely. 100%. She is a part of you. Well, for most of the men in my family don't work and tend to get taken care of by the woman. Okay. Yeah, and listen, I will have biracial children, and there is nothing wrong with it, 100%. I feel like it's just so crazy, especially like with the younger youth, like the teens, man. Woo-hoo! Listen, the way social media and everything is set up, y'all, just the things that they are exposing themselves to, yo, it's intense. Murillo and I, between the both of us, we have 6 kids in our family, our babies. Someone's always with us, and they are between the ages of 7 and 14. So Sean, my godson, is 7. Murillo's youngest niece is 7. His little sister, no, his other niece is 11. His little sister is 12, and his little brother is 14. So my phone is always going off. Someone's either in an uproar, upset, sad. So I see a lot of the teen tween stuff and just the things that they see, and their brains are so young. They don't even realize what they're taking in and how things can influence and just mess with their brains. For instance, there was a song that came on the radio. Who was it with me? I think it was Melissa. Melissa. Yeah, Marilla's little sister, Melissa. She was with me. And the song came on the radio, and the lyrics were, I'll never forget it. It was, "All my friends are dead, push me to the edge." And I instantly, I looked at her because I was tuning it out. And she was just singing, "All my friends are dead, push me to the edge." I said, yo, I said, this is some dark stuff. Like, why do you like this? She's like, "Oh, well, it's just a good song." I said, there is nothing good about the lyrics. "All my friends are dead, push me to the edge." Like, all of the music and everything that influence that stuff can seep down into your system and screw you up. The thing is, they don't even have the brain capacity to realize that that stuff can mess them up. Like, they can be walking around sad and upset for no reason. Like, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me." It's because of that crap you're filling your ears with. It's filth. It's trash. The music is insane. "All my friends are dead, push me to the edge." Molly Percocet. It's like, this is some rough stuff. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I will be sure. I am going to. So I have a wedding vlog that I need to edit. I have another wedding vlog. And then there will be like a day of wedding vlog and some wedding videography. So you guys will definitely see all of that. I'm excited. Our guest, I mean, I think that's the coolest thing about just us in general, just how diverse our family and our friends and our guest is. It's just like, I mean, it's a good mix. It's a good melting pot. Like, the music is going to be so bomb. So you guys saw the video last year, maybe, of my mom. My mom's a DJ. So we're going to have a little bit of the old school. She already requested her Frankie Beverly, Before I Let Go, her Michael Jackson, PYT. And then on top of that, we've got, a little bit of like the 90s mix. We've got some rap, we've got some hip hop, and then we've got some Brazilian music. We got some Latino music. Like, it's just going to be bomb. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Listen, social media has our girls. Yes, they look for that validation, just the stuff that they say, like, "Oh man," it's like, "Oh, well, I didn't get likes." And I told my goddaughter Mackenzie, she's was on something. She's like, "Oh, I didn't get likes." I said, screw the likes. Do you like it? Do you like it? That's all that matters. Doesn't matter if two people like it, one person like it, 1,000 people like it. Listen, as long as you like it, you don't need validation from all these little pinochle heads, man. It's insane. Mm. All right. How long have I been up here? Whoa. Okay. I thought I was going to get up here for just like 10 minutes. We've been on for 57 minutes. I got to go because I can smell my food being cooked by my honey. I can't wait to eat, and I've got a long to-do list. But thank you guys that are up here for tuning in and chatting with me. Your wedding reception is going to be awesome. Yes, Lori, it's going to be so good. Thank you for just coming up here and chatting with me again. I don't think I'll be able to get any content out for this week or the rest of the month. So I'm not neglecting you guys, but I just got a lot to do. I think the one thing that I am going to do, I am going to do a trial, because I'm doing my own makeup. So I'm going to do a trial wedding day makeup, and I will be sure to post it on New Year's Eve. So as I'm actually getting ready for my wedding, you guys will see the trial and kind of get an idea of what I might look like. All right. So thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Keep it simple. Have a great Christmas. Happy holiday. Happy New Year's. And I love y'all. Peace. Y'all are so sweet. I love y'all. Side note, I think we'll do a live like once a month, and we'll just do like a makeup chat, girl chat. We'll talk about everything once a month live. We'll start that in 2019. All right, guys. Peace.